News back here at home, religious leaders in KwaZulu-Natal have once again thrown their weight behind former President Jacob Zuma ahead of his court appearance tomorrow. They held a media briefing earlier this week along with other various organizations, including the Business Forum. Now, to talk to us about tomorrow's plans for Mr. Zuma's court appearance, we're joined from our Durban studios by Nkosentsha Shezi, the Secretary General of the National Funeral Practitioners Association of South Africa. Nkosentsha, what are your plans for tomorrow's court appearance?
Good morning to you and good morning to...
We can hear you perfectly.
Yes, good morning to you and the viewers at home. As the South Africa already knows that the President Jacob Zuma will be appearing in Durban High Court tomorrow. This afternoon at 6 o'clock, we have organized that people can gather outside, at the Albert Park for a night vigil to show support for the People's President. That meeting will last until the morning at 6 o'clock, and at 7 o'clock people will gather at King Dinizulu Park for a march that will go through to the Durban High Court, where thousands of people will be gathering to show support for the People's President, President Jacob Zuma.
Remind us, what is the basis of your support for the former president?
As the NAFUPA SA, as well as other business forums, such as your Delangokbona Business Forum and BLF, we have honored President Zuma for being the first president to stand up against the white monopoly capital and speak of reclaiming our land that was stolen more than 350 years since the arrival of the white settlers in South Africa. So he's the one who called for expropriation of land without compensation, and he agitated for radical economic transformation, which is now the policies of the ANC. And we are very mindful and looking very closely at the ANC in the manner in which they are applying those policies in terms of making sure that they become a reality. We have watched with and been amazed when the nationalization of Reserve Bank, that motion was brought before Parliament, but it was rescinded quickly before it could be passed. And we're still waiting for radical implementation of radical economic transformation.
Nkosentsha Shezi is the Secretary General of the National Funeral Practitioners Association of South Africa that are supporting former President Jacob Zuma as he goes to trial for the second time tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a big story. We're going to be